So a white guy came in there, right? And, you could tell he was kind of timid. I don't know what he was locked up for, but, so mind you, this guy, Mr. Trenton State, he was actually doing time in Trenton State. And I think he caught another charge. I don't know if he was in prison and they brought him back there to go to court, or if he got released and ended up back in jail. I forget. But somehow he ended up back in Atlantic County after he did a whole lot of time. And, he's definitely going back at some point. But right now, he in there with us. And, for everybody that was in that pod that was so gangster, they wasn't gangster when it came to him. He came right in there, became dorm rep, wasn't doing the responsibilities and the job of a dorm rep. He was just collecting the extra trays that the dorm rep gets for, doing their job in there. So this white guy comes in there, and a dude named Meatball, they put him in a room with a dude named Meatball, and they said Meatball was a rat. And I didn't know Meatball, so that had nothing to do with me. But Meatball, for some reason, beat up everybody in there. But they kept saying he was a rat. So I guess he was, because he was like, yeah, I'm a rat, and what, you want to fight? You going to do something about it? You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, shit, okay, you know what I mean? Fuck it, you know what I mean? I respect you gangster, man. You know what I mean? If you willing to accept it, and you willing to stand on it, and fight over it, hey, look, you know what I mean? It is what it is, pimp. And he was in there, you know what I mean? And anybody that they put in his room, he was beating them up. Like, nobody wanted to be in the room, but he kept his room to himself because of that. Because he just kept trashing niggas in there. They get put out the room and put out the, but most of the time, they would take you out of the dorm and put you in a hole and just bounce you around. But I guess he already went through the whole, going around pod to pod, and I just guess they got tired of him and really allowed him to have his own room. So they put the white guy in there. Meatball beats him up, then he gets put out.